Founded in the early 1900s, the museum is one of the premier culture institutions in the country. On the 14th August 1905, a number of prominent people of Bombay gathered at the town hall and resolved to erect a memorial to the visit of the Prince of Wales, later King George V, in the form of a public museum which would be named after him. The building was completed in 1914, but it opened to the public much later on 10 January 1922. Till then, it was used by the military as a hospital and for the children's welfare exhibitions. Many of things have changed since then. Bombay is now known as Mumbai, and the name of the Prince of Wales Museum of the Western India is changed to the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya, set against a well laid out garden which retains its original plan. Every today, the museum is an important heritage building of the city. It is a Grade 1 heritage building of the city and is set in a well laid out garden which retains its original plan. It has been awarded first place for heritage building maintenance by the Indian Heritage Society. Today, this museum houses about 50,000 artifacts and has an outstanding collection comprising of sculptures, terracottas, bronzes, excavated artifacts from the Harappan sites, Indian miniature paintings, European paintings, porcelain and ivories from China and Japan, etc. Besides these, the museum was a separate natural history section. The architect of this building is George Whitted. At the entrance of the gallery, a sculpture of Gajalakshmi Pitalkori, 2nd century BC, has placed. This is quite popular in Indian art. In this sculpture, goddess Lakshmi, which is embodiment of wealth, is seated on a lotus pedestal. On her sides stand two elephants, anoint with her with the water poured from a pitcher held with their trunks. This image of Lakshmi, symbol of life, wealth and fertility. The gallery displays a range of porcelain, ceramics, metal, jade, crystal, wood block prints and embroideries. The museum has a collection of various forms of art from India and to certain extent Far Eastern art, Nepal and Tibet. The natural history of section is a major attraction for children. Ancient India art is represented by the Stone Sculpture Gallery with sculptures from Elephanta and other important sites, especially from Western India. The India Miniature Paintings collection represents one of the best collection of miniatures in the country. The museum also has a magnificent collection of decorative art objects in jade, wood, ivory, metal as well as textiles. The Nepalese and Tibetan artifacts are ascribed to important religious and artistic phases of these religions. The museum possesses a large collection of Indian coins from the 7th century BC. The earliest coins were pieces of silver punched with various symbols. The European oil paintings on the display reveals the art professions of Indian collectors in the early years of the 20th century. Several paintings were presented by Sir Dorab Tata and Sir Ratan Tata from their private collections. Other paintings were purchased by the trustees or presented to the museum. The sculptural tradition of India can be traced by the Harappan civilization. Indian paintings began illustration to illustrate precious texts. These texts were written on long, narrow strips of palm leaves, losing bond together. Starting from a Mauryan period, one comes across the large number of stone sculptures. The building was completed in 1914, but it opened to the public much later on 10 January 1920.